Hi again, welcome to another video, and I'm doing some work on my Mercedes Sprinter van. It's a 2004 model and it's a medium wheelbase. As you can see, cosmetically, it isn't very good at all. This side is worse than the other side. The arches there are starting to bubble up. It did have some body work done on it about 4 years ago, but it's sort of all come back now. Some of it was rust treated. I'm not sure some of it was, but anyway, it's come back through. But that sort of area there at the moment, I'm not too worried about because I need the van for work and it's a bit of a rush job to get the jobs done on this for an MOT. My main issues are that side loading door. You can see how bad it is. It's absolutely awful. And you can see when the body work got done, I only got sprayed to there because I was meant to fix the door back then, and then it was going to be painted, but I never got round to it. There was also the rear arch, but that'll be for another day. So I'm going to try and make good of this door. If you look there, how bad it actually is, it is terrible. But we do have, and Laura's holding it, a nice shiny new panel. You can just sort of roughly hold that in place, Laura. And that will tidy it up. No, just hold that side. No end there when that's tucked in. So what I'm going to do, you can see that goes up to there. So what I'm going to do is cut behind there. Take that away now, Laura. Yep. I'm going to cut right along that line there, so then I can separate the rusty bit from the rest. Well, I say rusty bit, the rustier bit, because we still have that part there. What will be an issue, so I'll have to put a bit of metal in there. Should be able to grind these bits back and rust treat them, and they should be okay for a while. I did look into getting a second-hand door, and most of them are for the newer vans that are available, the newer shape. I have seen a couple for this shape. One looked in good condition, but it was £300. I didn't have the money at the time, and then it sold. So, and I already had the panel, so it would be cheaper fixing the door, but it may take a bit of time. But this is, like I said, a bit of a rush job. I do need to get this van on the road. I use it for my day job, and I'm really stuck without it. It's been off the road a couple of months now. So for the MOT, I want it to look tidy along that door. Not even worried if it isn't in white at that point, but just so it's tidy and hasn't got the jaggedy edges around it. And the same with that rear wheel arch, because the other side isn't too bad. That's passable at the moment. As time goes on, I will address other issues on the bodywork on this van. I just really like the van. Most people say it just looks like it should be off to the scrapyard, but mechanically it is okay, apart from the gearbox does crunch, which I've got another gearbox. But the engine's good. Underneath it's okay, rust-wise. Brakes are all good, tyres are all good. I've done all the 4 injectors that have popped over the years and leaked, and I've fixed all them. And sort of above there, it isn't too bad, but it's all the lower parts. But if I get this door fixed, which is by far the worst bit, it will look a lot better. So I'm gonna crack on now. I'm gonna get that cut. I'm not gonna show loads of the work I'm doing on this because I need to get it done quite quick. So it'll be a bit of an overview, but any odd bits along the way, I might just put it in just so you can see a bit of action. So I've gone right along that lip now, and that's all loose. So what I'm going to do is cut that in there a little bit there, and the same there, so I can sort of peel it away and then see how it's connected around the side. I think it just folds round, but I'll look into that after I've cut the bulk off. So now we have that loose. So let's just see what happens when I pull that down. Yeah, I'm going to undo the door and I'm going to look into that so I can peel all that bottom part off. Because I might just overlap the new panel up to the top where it goes. I'm not too fussy if this bit along there sticks out slightly more than that bit or that bit behind. It's only a work van at the end of the day, so as long as it looks smart or smarter, I'm happy. What I've done now is ground along the bottom edge so I can just do this. And just break that off. I'm going to have to repair the bottom anyway, so I just need the worst out of the way. If it ever breaks, it will. Oh, me grinded off bit didn't work too well because it's just come out. It does just wrap around the bottom. So at least I've got a little bit of a guide along there because some of that might be okay to work with still. It's just there I'll have to replace and put a bit in. There we go. We have it off. So that is how bad it was at that end. Right old state. It was pretty bad when I got the van, but it's got a lot worse as the years have gone on. And for the last year's MOT, I did just put some tape over it just so it didn't have a sharp edge, but it's got to the time it really needs to be sorted. And it's going to be now because I can't use it like this. So they are probably held on the same way, them in two bits. Yeah, see that one's actually come off and see it's all rotten in there as well. Quite a lot of work on this door to do. But I need to do it pretty quick, so I'm going to have to try to find the best way and quickest way of doing it. Got a little bit decent metal to work from, but not a huge amount. So I've got some cleaning up to do now. That side is off. That side has got to come off still. And then I'll clean up some of this and see where we're at. But I will have to make a new bit down that side. That side, maybe not, because it's nowhere near so rusty, that side. So I might be able to work what's left when that's off. For this side, down to there, I might be able to clean up, but then it's going to need a little bit in there. So I got about as far as I can today. You saw me take that bottom part off. I have cleaned up around here. I'm not sure whether that will be good enough or not. I might have to cut that out and put a plate in there. It's very pitted, but it isn't through. But I've cut that bit off down there as well. And you can see all that lip bit is broke. What I've decided to do about the inner part of the door, the bottom part inside here, is buy the panel. But the problem is they don't do this panel for a right-hand drive, only for a left-hand drive. So that means it's opposite. So what I'm going to do is keep that part in there because the profile is right and that is pretty solid there. That end, it isn't. So I'm going to try and just use the bits off of the panel and just fit them in how I can. Flip bits round and bend bits different and do it like that. And I'll probably cut it out there and right to the other end, the new part, and along there. And then I can use the lip off the new panel because it will be right if I don't get involved in any of that part or that part. And then I'll just have to work my way around the other bits to get them right. But I've cleaned up along there, so that's basically ready to weld along the top, but obviously that corner has got to be addressed. That is okay down there. That is pretty good. So I can sort of work off that end a little bit. But what I think I'll probably do is cut the worst out, tack the new panel on so I get it right with the seal and right there and also right up the front, and just brace it or do something like that, and then take the door off and then do all the other work from behind. Because if I start cutting all of this bottom off, it's going to be hard to sort of get it right. So I think I'm going to try and get the front part right first and then work from there. It might not be the best way, it's just the way I think it will work best for me, and I'll only know as time goes on. But the door can be saved. I've looked to see if there's any for sale, and someone wants £500 for one with dents in it. So yeah, that's definitely a no-no. So I can put new metal in this and make it pretty good. And if I just put the new panel over that bottom part now, it does look quite nice. You can see how that panel will sort of transform it, but obviously all the bit behind needs to be repaired, and it's pretty rotten actually, the door. But I can save it. I know I can do a decent job of that. So yeah, I've just got to wait for the panel to come now. But in between times, I will make some little panels, because I think the panel that comes only comes up to like about there, I think, somewhere about there. So I've got to make a new bit to go in there, got to make a new bit to go in there, maybe there if I cut that out. So I've got plenty to do while I'm waiting. So for this video, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to start cutting bits out and seeing what was what, really. And I know now, and I know what I'm going to do about it. So this will be a Tuesday video every week until I get this done. And then after I've got the door done, it'll be a Tuesday video on the arch. And also I've gone and found some rust on the front part of the doorstep as well. So that'll be a repair as well. And I'll do a little video of that. So yeah, if you want to follow the progress on this van, it'll be Tuesday evening every week until it's done. Yeah, there will be some other bits and pieces to do on this as well. So yeah, there'll be quite a few weeks of videos of this van. It does look awful at the moment though, but yeah, we'll make it good.